All right, babies. We go as long as we want.
Okay.
Recording.
5, 4, 3, 2.
All right. So welcome to episode 2 of Nasty Fish Studios. As you may be able to tell, today's episode is going to be our preview show of season 8 of Game of Thrones, which is kind of heart-wrenching at the same time, but it needs to be discussed about. So let's get the show started. I guess first of all, guys, what y'all's feelings, anticipations about the new season? Starting off here with Julio. How do you feel about this?
I can't wait.
Last season.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
All right.
I'm nervous. I'm excited. It's bittersweet. It's gonna be the last one.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's gonna be, that's it.
I'm just prepared to get my heart ripped in pieces again. I guess
Almost probably every episode.
I want fucking Clegane Bowl to happen. I
This-
just want it to be known it's gonna happen. Or George and I are gonna have some serious fucking words.
Well, at this point, I'm a masochist. I mean, I think I like getting hurt.
I heard it's caused a lot of hurt, a lot of heartache,
Pain.
and some tears because I still can't hold doors for people. I just can't do it. It kills me every time. So,
Thanks, George R. Martin. You permanently scarred
thank you so
Nate
much.
from being a gentleman. He
bringing
no longer hold
kill
doors
me.
for people.
Cannot do beach home anymore. Bust out the tears, ruins the whole day, and then next thing I know, I'm going home. So, all right.
Yes.
Vaughn, your input?
All right. Well, so my input. This is going to be the most explosive out of all the other seasons. It's going to be shorter. Obviously, we all know that. My start is, obviously, we're gonna have a huge scene going on over here in Winterfell, right? It's gonna be and it's gonna be a really, really heartbreaking moment. To start off with, we're gonna have reunions that haven't happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have Jon meeting Arya again for the first time in a while. Yeah.
Well, everybody
seriously.
meeting Khaleesi.
Yeah, exactly, and that's gonna be funny.
Well,
I wonder how everyone's gonna take that. It's like, who the fuck is this platinum blonde girl you brought over here?
They all know about her.
They know who she is.
But they
Well,
haven't
right.
seen her.
Well, the last time a Stark met a Targaryen, he was killed.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was their uncle, or grandfather.
I don't know.
It was Ned's dad.
Which goes into all the backstories, which, surprise, surprise fans, there are prequels coming.
Spoiler warning.
Spoiler warning. Actually, you probably should start the show with that. Spoiler warning.
Yeah, spoiler warning.
Spoiler warning's a little bit late. We will be discussing things that have already happened or may happen. So if you haven't seen the show, tune into our episode 1 if you like basketball. So,
yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's going to start off with the reunions, and then we're going to have the first march down that's going to go in Winterfell. And that's going to be a very, very grim battle. That I think is going to be the catalyst for the rest of the shows, or the episodes to come, because they're going to have to pull back, and they're going to need to figure out how they're going to pull back. Because I don't know how the battle is going to go, but I know that there's going to have to be some key people pulling out of Winterfell, because it's not going to be safe once the White Walkers
They're going to have to retreat at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. And what episode do we think that the big battle is going to happen? The first big battle?
I think it's going to be in the first. I think it's going to be in the first one. I think at very least, the first is going to lead into the battle.
Yeah. So who's predicting the big heart tear death, episode 1?
The first death?
Who's either predicting the first big death or the first big, ha-ha moment of something, and when it would happen? You think it's going to be a big moment like episode 1, first 10 minutes, boom, heart gets pulled out, or you shit your pants or anything like that?
I don't think within the first 10 minutes.
No, I think it's going to be a bunch of reunions. There's going to be the tension between the Starks and Targaryens. Of course, they're going to have to convince them somehow, because they do not get along. They are not happy with the Targaryens. Mm-mm. And then when Jon comes back with one and a bunch of dragons, of course, just seeing that.
Yeah.
But of course, once they realize they're on their side. Now, you got to think about this. After the first battle, there's going to be a lot of dead Starks that come back as White Walkers.
Yeah. We have Benjen.
Yeah, Benjen's
there. Yeah.
Benjen. Not just Starks. So you got the House Mormont. little bears.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, you have Karstarks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're the kids that John actually said that we should let them live. They should not pay for their parents.
Exactly.
That sort of
so do you
thing.
think there's going to be hesitation on the battle while these fights are going
Not
on?
on the battle. I think once the
I
battle,
think it's
everybody's
be
gonna have. It's
big
gonna be
realization moment.
Okay.
Sort of thing.
They're
you
gonna
know?
have to make peace with each other. And I think Sansa's gonna be a key. I don't think she's gonna be on board at first.
Speaking of Sansa, you know she's going to end up meeting Tywin.
Tyrion.
Sorry,
Yeah,
yeah.
Tyrion.
See, I'm the one that doesn't know names very well, so I might mention people as a short person or physical appearances or something like that.
I got you, Nick.
So
got
just
you,
hands
Nick.
up. If I slip up with names, Game of Thrones fans do not execute me, cut my head off like Ned. I do watch the show. I'm just very bad at names. So because the last time we seen them two together, she was still that little bird.
Yeah.
That had no like bitch in her, had no like power in her, and now is he going? I mean, that's one other reunion that I was expecting to see or hoping to see, and just see the two characters and how they both have grown since the last time they've seen each other.
Absolutely. What I'm looking for is definitely emotionally. I think would be Arya and Jon.
Oh God!
Oh my God!
Because they're so different, but they're still Arya and Jon, and she looked up to him so much, and it's like I don't know if anybody has siblings, but it's like if your older sibling and you have the baby sibling, of course, watches you go off to college or go off to something, right? And then everybody comes back after that, and that little sibling's grown now, and so is this other person. But Arya isn't. Is she full Arya Stark, or is she still
I don't.
a girl has no name?
I think she's a girl has no name, and I think that unless something tragic or something like shoots into her, I think that's her for it.
I think Arya is a girl with no name with a partialness to the identity of Arya Stark.
Yeah,
It's still in there.
Yeah,
I think John's going to help that out, too.
Yeah.
I think John would definitely help that
Yeah,
out.
he's going to notice it. He's going to notice it, like when they start talking with each other. I mean, even then, Sansa saw it, and she knows that there's a disparity between this identity.
Well, yeah, Gendry. You just brought up Gendry. He's also you got to remember
that heart back.
You have to remember a lot of important things. It's just in the writing things in the houses. I don't say that the houses have to survive, but have you noticed that the major houses has at least one surviving member, and Baratheon is a major house.
Yes.
I mean, you remember back in when Aegon's conquest, Baratheons was one of the ones that they didn't bend the knee, but at the same time they did not fight him. And eventually they had to bend the knee, but the Stark, the Baratheons, and Targaryens were one of the three major houses that started everything. And Gendry being the last Baratheon, if he dies, that name dies completely. So he's also going to be the blacksmith of the obsidian. He's going to make the weapons for the
Dragon's Glass.
To fight. But is he going to have the ability to make Valyrian steel?
Oh, that is a good question.
Well, Sam's going to have the information.
Yeah,
yeah.
That could be that little partnership that maybe we weren't expecting to be like. Oh,
I think we should have like an '80s montage of him just blacksmithing.
It should. That'd be great.
With the music in the background, yeah.
I'm beating the steel. Here we go, and so is there any like big major character deaths that we think are going to happen, or are there ones that we think they're going to happen that we secretly really do not want to happen because we know it's probably going to crush our souls and we're going to be in depression for 6 months?
I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to the end and say Khaleesi's not going to make it.
That's a key one.
Yeah, only because she will meet her unborn son and Drogo at the wall. That was her vision, and I don't know what that means, but
that'd be a nice bookend.
She will have a reunion. Well, we know George R. R. Martin said it's going to be bittersweet. Okay, and characters said a lot more characters will survive than we think.
Okay.
Of course, that could be hard.
No, I mean,
the Iron Throne. I mean, I would love for Jon to end up on the Iron Throne. At least his kid, which may be what ends up happening to him and Daenerys' kid.
Ooh.
You know, he is Azor Ahai.
Sexy.
Right? He's
Yeah,
Azor
do the
Ahai.
sexy.
Yeah, Azor Ahai.
All right, so there's one theory. Stefan, how would you, what's one big theory that you have been compiling on or thinking about a lot, the way you maybe see it ending or just like a big plot point in the season?
So, for me, I think a big plot point, and my favorite character personally is the Hound, Sandor Clegane. He's just total badass, and he's had a really interesting story coming from being bodyguard to the king to all of a sudden basically being a complete outlaw and just kidnapping people to rebuilding his life and becoming, I think, exactly who he is. I think leading up to Clegane Bowl, Arya is going to die.
Okay.
And it's going to be, I think what's going to happen is there's going to be a battle, the Hound and Brienne of Tarth versus the Mountain, and Arya is going to be there, and I think that the Mountain may kill Arya. And
good point.
Oh God, I hope not.
yeah,
No,
She's on his list, not the other way around.
Yeah, exactly. But
Clegane Bowl. Let's get into that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, speaking of that, my theory on that one is while the match is going on, the Hound gets fairly wounded at some point and defeats the Mountain, but to get him off the list, Arya has to kind of put him out of his misery, so it's kind of like a bittersweet, tearful type moment that could possibly happen speaking in that realm of the fight.
Yeah, it could be the Sandor Clegane defeats the Mountain. He could ask her to cut his head off so he doesn't become White Walker.
Oh, that's not a good point.
Yeah,
because if shit's
He's gonna die
really
anyway.
down,
She's like, listen, just come
Right.
on.
because we don't know when this fight could actually happen. This could happen like in the middle of all the shitstorm.
Exactly.
Like, White
I actually
Walker's
expected-
coming out.
It could be in the middle of the damn
I
White Walker.
expect it to literally be like in the crux where he's just because
'Cause
he's gonna be just like, listen, you gotta die here right now.
Because I didn't think
motherfucker."
about that. Because in my mind, I was thinking King's Landing,
yeah.
and like big daylight event,
Yeah.
like with the Viper and the
An
mountain.
arena,
fire.
arena,
yeah,
that's
an
right.
arena. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
even think about that whole part because there could be a whole different position or
Well, you got.
of it.
Let's think about it because if we're entertaining the idea that Winterfell is going to fall, that means
Has to.
that the army of the dead is going to fall south.
Yeah.
That means that they're going to go south.
Right.
That means that Sandor is going to run into
At some point.
Gregor, and they're going to fight, and they're going to have a whole deal going on.
Yeah.
You know.
And then we got to remember that the Mountain is technically
he's like a
dead already.
Yeah, he's a zombie basically.
You know, he
he's-
was revived with another head. Mm-hmm. Now, going back into...
You know, it's so funny too, actually, because I don't know if you guys read a little bit of the book, but there's like a whole reference to Gregor was later in the books referred to as Robert Strong when he was a zombie, and in the show before the event with the Viper versus the Mountain, they had made reference to Robert Strong. Oh, what the hell was it called? What was it? I think they.
But is it the Robin from like the Tower Sky Place or
No,
like past character?
They made a reference to that name? Or?
Yeah, I think they made a reference to that name. Tywin made a reference to that name. This was back in season 3. So, hey, friends, please look it up for me.
Yeah. So, how about this? This is going off. They're at the Clegane Bowl. We don't know who's under that helmet. They never showed the head they put on there.
They did.
They
did.
Did they?
Yeah, they did. This was back in, I think this was in season 6. Yeah, because he had the whole torture chamber, you know, and then he had taken his mask off, and that was when it was like, wow, this guy looks terrible.
Yeah, but he was wrapped up. Like, it was like they had like a bandana over his head and stuff. You know, remember that? They never really showed the head they put on. And my theory is that they could have used Ned Stark's head they had and put it on.
Man, that's
imagine,
fucked up.
Imagine the Hound beating him, cuts the head off.
And then,
everybody's around, and the shield comes off, and the head that you see, like, it's Ned's head. I don't know. That would be interesting. I don't know if it's going to be possible. It would be a good way to bring Sean Bean back. At least his head.
He's still dead. Sean Bean, worst actor with worst luck ever.
Well, we have to assume that anybody who didn't have their head chopped off will come back as a White Walker.
Yeah.
I mean,
basically,
Yeah. Even they never really showed Brienne killing the other Baratheon. His brother, the one who
Stannis.
Yeah.
Stannis be a what? Yeah.
Stannis could come back.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things unless you burn them in fire or cut their heads off. So I don't know. That's a.
All right. So another character who's changed a lot, Bran.
Bran
became a spunky little kid who liked climbing walls to peeping Tom, watching incest, to a cripple, now become one of the powerful time travelers in the world, but then now he looks like he smokes 5 bowls of hash all the time because he has no emotions.
He is slowly becoming less Bran, and I believe that they kind of mentioned this. He is now officially, like by the end of the season, he will be full blown
three-eyed
Raven. Yeah.
What would be thoughts if you guys see if the scene happens that Jaime and Bran reunion?
That'll be interesting. Bran won't care.
Bran won't care, obviously. But
Jaime
probably will hit him like the hardest thing it's ever hit him in his life.
And now he knows everything. Jamie's definitely on the road to redemption.
He's been like that. He went from public enemy number 1 to like, I love this guy.
I went from hating him to loving him. I mean, that's
that character evolution.
He's one of my favorite characters now. He went from one of the worst to one now.
Oh yeah. You like brother and sister fucking. Like that shit.
I like Jaime. I'm not a fan of Cersei.
Yeah, Cersei's. We have comment. We can comment on Cersei. Actually, I'd switch to it. Comments on Cersei.
She is my favorite enemy. Like she is. You gotta love the way what Lena Headley's done with that character.
Yeah,
she's. And
she's
just
too good at that role.
Right?
She's almost too damn good at that role. I remember, wasn't she on Conan, and she was having an interview, and it was like, she was talking about her experience being Cersei on the show, and just sitting in a restaurant, and then people go up to her, and they're like,
"Shame,
hey,
shame.
Aren't you that bitch from Game of Thrones?"
I thought of her as Leonidas' wife until forever,
Oh yeah. And still had some bitch moments in that as well.
Hey, you gotta respect her though. Like she does what she gotta do.
Very good role in that.
A very.
So on that subject, I'm still. I mean, my whole ta-da, or would love it if the Kingslayer comes full in circle.
It's Queenslayer.
Well, they would be Queenslayer at this moment, but the Kingslayer comes back in full rotation, and Jaime's the one that has to kill Cersei's at the end.
Well, that was so Shakespearean. It's almost like it's almost like if it doesn't happen, like I can't think of another
person
ending, the little brother, Of course, it could be Arya with Jaime's face.
Exactly. Yes.
It could be. Yeah, that's a possibility.
I think
because Cersei
Arya,
was on the list.
Yeah, we're giving Arya a little too much credit. Yeah. Now we have to remember in the trailer, she was the one who said, "I know death. It has many faces, right?" But has she ever met this face of death, so to speak, which is the White Walkers?
Yes.
That is a good point that you brought up. Would she be able to wear the face of a White Walker?
Oh wow!
Mm-hmm.
Would she be able to wear the face of a White Walker?
Not just of the White Walker, of a white.
Yeah.
Right.
The
White Walkers are zombies, but the whites are the ones that they're made into as babies. As you remember.
Right.
Oh God, what was his name? The guy who's
he was fucking all his daughters and no males were coming out. Cause that's the way we did. Just the guy who fucked all his daughters.
Fuck him. But I mean it's so fucked up, man. It's horrible.
What the fuck? Hi. We can edit this out. Don't worry.
Yeah, all right. He walked in on the right time.
Nasty Fish Podcast.
Nasty Fish.
That'd be key point. almost audio for the recording for the intro. Nasty Fish Studio be James's voice. That'd be a good point there.
Quick plug
we gotta record it. Yeah.
Quick plug. Like, share, review.
Leave a comment down below. Let me
That's right.
talk to you.
Talk to us.
That's how we're doing. If you
I
like
want
it,
to
don't
feel your
like
heart,
it.
babe.
Yeah, tell us some theories you may not have thought of. You know,
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Because we're actually wanting to do like an ongoing show like this. We're building our website now.
See how it's going.
And could possibly, we're actually more or less trying to do, maybe after each episode, one of us three or all three of us do our own recordings of our reactions of the show, and then put it on our YouTube page or our website, and then maybe having a mid-season group podcast again where we get dressed up and maybe have more props and stuff like that. So I guess the biggest question or the biggest thing is, how does everybody think this is going to end? Is it going to be a Disney ending? Is it going to be...
We're just going to stop you right there and then... No.
It's going to be, obviously, like bittersweet. The real question is, who's going to end up on the throne, right?
If they even can stay on the throne.
Well, we have to remember she said she's going to break the wheel. So we may not even have the Iron Throne by the end of it.
No, we couldn't.
Right.
This could change into a democracy of some sort where if Daenerys does stay alive and Jon's there, and instead of a king and queen,
The end of the Monarch
thing,
season.
it could go,
Introduce...
hell, this could actually, hell, it could turn into Rome. I mean, you think about it, it could be evolution of human civilization, and we were going from Middle Ages and transform into almost a Rome-type atmosphere.
Right.
See, that's going to be so messed up, though, because, you see, we're going to have this podcast, and then we're going to look, like, 10 years into the future, and we're going to see the next generation. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, I know history. I saw Game of Thrones.
That's the point. I mean,
no, it's not the same thing.
It's not how history went.
No, not at all. And you got to think there's a lot. If you ever get a chance, go to the HBO website and look up the history of Game of Thrones. They have that all official, narrated by the
Each character.
by the actor of each character.
Mm-hmm.
And they talk about the houses and a lot of things. There's a lot that parallels what's going on right now.
So if anybody's trying to cram any information in before Sunday, when season 8 begins, that might be a good place to go.
Absolutely. The world of Game of Thrones, or the Song of Ice and Fire, which is an interesting title, by the way. If we think about it, this whole
I know, right?
seasons have been a song.
Yes.
It's
Right?
basically been a
Yeah.
song of ice and fire. Wasn't the Red Priestess the one who actually had a little bit of a throwback to it when she in season 7 when she was talking about she was talking with Varys and she was like, I've brought fire and ice together or something like
Right?
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, the point of what is going to be, and wouldn't. I mean, Jon embodies that completely. He is a Stark and a Targaryen, you know. And what, spoiler warning, his dad,
Rhaegon.
Rhaegon, if you remember, he sang a song that was so beautiful.
And that's what charmed
everyone. And
Ned's sister.
He created this, and it's theorized, and I would say that song was a song of ice
and fire.
Right.
At fire. You know, and he read a book and went crazy, remember, and started a whole war. So something happened to where he realized he knew, and it could be, I don't know, Bran went back in time and told him something, revealed. I mean, there's that possibility.
I think there's going to be a couple time traveling moments from Bran in this.
Because
we even talked about the reveal.
Yeah.
Like, when is the reveal going to happen of, like, this is who Jon is? And how is that going to be brought to the public?
Is Bran going to tell him immediately?
I don't even know.
I almost prefer that.
I mean,
I'd always like Bran be like, hey, what's up? Yeah. You're Targaryen.
You know what?
Yeah.
At the end of season 7, you know, it was Bran talking with Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he was telling me, he's like, I need to speak with him.
Yeah.
I need to tell
So
him.
he's definitely in a hurry to tell
Well,
him.
it was Gilly who rode the...
Yeah, she
Gilly
found it before everybody else did.
My girl, Gilly!
I mean,
That's her.
That girl, no one listens to her. I love her heart so
Listen,
much.
she looks dumb as fuck, but she's she is important, you know.
She learned how to read and then read the most important information
Yeah.
in the whole show.
Yes.
Yeah, and Sam's over here. He's like, I just need to find dragon glass. I
Right.
need to listen to this.
I can't take this. Nah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't judge a book by its cover.
Hell
Definitely
yeah.
not.
Hell yeah.
So,
No pun intended.
No pun intended at all. So, do you guys have any other like final thoughts, theories, or anything you guys want to touch base on before we end the show?
Valyrian steel is going to play a major part.
Oh,
The house swords they're going to survive. They're going to be passed on. Sam's sword is definitely seen on, Captain Friendzone, aka Jorah Mormont. And yeah,
I made that name.
He made that up. And he's definitely seen riding in the trailers. So, he's the one that the sword, his family sword, which was Longclaw, we used to have a bear on it. Jon gave it back to him because his family, and Jorah Mormont said, "I'm not worthy of it," and he gave it right back to Jon. He gave his family sword up, which is important. But now you see him, Sam, has obviously given Jorah Mormont his sword so he can use it in a battle, and we all know where that's gonna go. He's gonna die.
He is. He's
gonna
going
die.
An honorable death.
He's gonna do an honorable death by saving Daenerys' life because he is Captain King fucking Friendzone.
Yep.
Right. Oh! Let's not forget. He also used to belong to the Golden Company.
Oh, he did.
Let's forget it.
Right.
That's one more thing. The Golden Company has never broken a contract. They emphasize that so much.
Yes.
But you have to remember, and I haven't said this in the series, but in the books, they are composed of Blackfires, which is Targaryen bastards.
Oh.
So they support the Targaryens. So I believe that the only way that they will break a contract is when they realize that Jon is actually a Targaryen. And and I think
that's going to
fuck up Cersei's whole plan.
Battle. Yeah.
Oh, Cersei's nothing's gonna go right for her.
No, it's not.
It's
that's the prediction from the witch when she was young.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And everything's been falling in line since she met that way.
Maggie the Frog. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, Spawn, do you have any second thoughts or ending thoughts?
I do. So I want to talk about why the hell Bran is basically the Night King incarnate in a human body.
Is he though?
This is a very touchy subject, so spread on to whatever you believe here.
So
What's your input?
First of all,
I don't want
we all
nobody does. Nobody wants to be.
We all know that when he was, channeling, he was over there using the body of a raven, and he's over here, it's like, oh man, I'm flying, I'm that third eye raven, motherfucker. And he's over here, and he's going far north, and he sees the Night King, and then the Night King looks at the crow, and he gets out of this vision. It was ever since that point, there were things that were going a little bit different. Mm-hmm. The Night King is aware that they have a three-eyed raven.
Yeah, he knows. He's a warg as well,
Yeah, exactly. So, and there have been some very interesting theories. Like, ever since that time, there have been very scary similarities between Bran and the Night King. I think there was even a time when he wore a necklace that was the same necklace that the Night King wore.
I saw it as an emblem. It's like a
It was like kind of like a bird beak.
That's where I think. Yeah, I swear that comes from. But I don't know. Like, what happened to the children? I mean, they created this monster. Where are they at now?
I mean, didn't we see them all die? Did they all die?
I don't know.
Did they?
They may have not have. I mean,
they may not have.
That could be our reason why Daenerys and Jon are going to the north
to
see if they can find any more children of the forest to help out with the battle.
Absolutely.
But there's a clear established connection between the Night King and Bran. Yeah. And if Bran loses himself, that means he could kind of be a husk for the Night King to be in another person's body.
I see what you mean. Yeah, that's possible. It's possible. He can ride a dragon.
He's got a fucking dragon.
Can he ride a dragon? Can he ride a
man.
dragon because he's a warg? He's ride a dragon because he makes have some Targaryen in him himself. There's another thing because it's
big
just riding dragons.
Yeah,
Jon is definitely gonna ride. Who's he gonna ride? Rhaegal.
Yes. It fits.
Who was named after.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It's
Oh,
very
God, I
interesting.
don't wanna
I
watch
know.
this,
It's
bro.
gonna be so sad. But as you can tell, nobody knows what's going to happen.
We don't know.
Nobody's going to know what's going to happen in season
Theory.
8. So all I can let you guys know is enjoy the show, rate, review, share,
Yeah.
and turn in the HBO.
Yeah. Tune in, guys.
On Sunday.
Get that
See what's going to
subscription.
happen.
It's not that much money.
And like I said, we may be back for future episodes. We'll do our live reactions after the episodes happen. And but we'll keep everybody updated on that. But like I said, like the page, Nasty Studios, Nasty Fish Studios. All right, you guys have a good night. Enjoy talking to y'all. Peace.
Woo! Yeah!
Here
comes Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones.